Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack.
What's up? Hey, for the record, I'm not trying to lose weight, so for today's video, I'll need you to use your imagination. I thought it would be fun if we went back through time to recreate my old weight loss routine. For context, a few years back, I lost 20 pounds of stubborn fat. Since then, I've kept it off. Maybe lost a little bit more, not really sure, don't really keep tabs on it, but the journey came in two parts. The first part where I was doing the most, feeling like I was working so hard for so little results, and the second part where the weight finally started coming off despite doing less workouts and being less restrictive with my diet. So today's video will focus on the first part of that journey, recreating a day in the life, explaining my biggest mistakes I made when I was struggling to lose weight so that hopefully we can help you work smarter, not harder on your own weight loss journey. Before I get into it, I am so excited to announce the start of Smart Girl Summer. I'm literally getting chills just thinking about it because I've been working on this for so long. But this summertime is a time that's very near and dear to my heart because as much as my fitness journey started before my weight loss journey, I feel like this is when my true awakening occurred. It is when I struggled the most, but also when I learned the most. And I really realized that the more is better approach that's so often promoted by the fitness industry just wasn't going to work for me. So Smart Girl Summer will be my latest challenge. It is 100% free to join. Included as part of the challenge will be daily videos, weekly workout schedules. Something new we're doing this time is there's going to be 2 weekly workout schedules per week. So there's one with weights, one without weights, as well as you will get a challenge starter pack complete with new recipes, new strategies, everything you need. So all that info will be in the description box down below. We'll talk about it more at the end of the video. For now, onward. Typical morning for me would be to wake up, check the morning skinny, saving things to my body, then make some coffee. Now at the time I was using a coffee machine with a pot, which I feel like is just an excuse to drink too much coffee and pee incessantly. However, I do not currently have a coffee pot, so we're gonna make a run to Tim's and grab a coffee box.
Hi there.
Coffee?
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
One eternity later.
I think we broke it. Maybe they thought that I was ordering something that I wasn't.
Oh yeah, you got it.
It's here, okay.
Probably just had to build it and find it.
Thank you.
We have secured the box. I'm going to be classy and drink out of a mug, so I'm just gonna go ahead, pour a little bit of this. Oh boy, first spill of the video, no doubt not gonna be the last. Perhaps they included a napkin, perhaps not. One moment. Okay, so fasting was all the rage when I first embarked on this weight loss journey. Now, I have nothing against intermittent fasting. I still use it some days for its digestive benefits. There's so many benefits of occasional or intermittent fasting beyond just its applications for fat loss or weight loss. That said, it is not a quick fix for fat loss. If you're not familiar with intermittent fasting, it basically describes sometimes you eat, sometimes you don't, and it has set windows for when you do versus don't. The most common split that people will follow is a 16-8, where you fast for 16 hours and then eat during an 8-hour window. The way that most people will structure this is they'll stop eating after dinner, they'll then spend most of their time fasting, sleeping, which makes it easy, skip breakfast, and then start their eating window around midday or early afternoon. Where I think some people kind of lost the plot with intermittent fasting is that in order to lose fat doing this, you still have to be at a calorie deficit. While there are people who will share, I probably shared these studies of like, when you fast, it creates a hormonal environment that makes it easier to release stubborn fat. Yes, I'm sure there are studies talking about that, but the effect size of what's going on there is not going to be greater than you just being at a calorie deficit. Where I will say intermittent fasting can be helpful is that depending on you, your lifestyle, your preferences, it can be a habit or a strategy that might make you find it easier to stay at a calorie deficit. It's something that may reduce the perceived difficulty for you. It's gonna depend on you, right? In my experience, I found it helped me cut back on a lot of mindless snacking, reconnect with what it meant to be truly hungry and not just eating in response to my feelings. But again, it depends, and there were also definite drawbacks. Roundabout way of saying all I'm going to be eating, drinking, consuming right now before we get on with our day is this lovely coffee. I have no idea how much I drank at the time. I'm gonna guess a good amount, because I was perpetually hungry. So I think I'm gonna do maybe like 2-3 mugs. We'll see how far we get. Workout time, still fasting, drinking that pre, because you know I don't got energy. When I started this weight loss journey, we were staying in Florida and we were actually going to this amazing gym that had both indoor and outdoor workout sections. At the time, I was set on sweating out the water weight, which, I mean, let's be honest, that's not really how it works. So that's what we're gonna do today. To give you an idea what my workouts looked like at the time, I wasn't a complete newbie with weightlifting when I was going into this journey. Up until that point, I had been following a very bodybuilding approach. I'd actually competed in bodybuilding. So I would say I was pretty knowledgeable on how to build muscle, but considering I gained a lot of weight in not a lot of time, I was self-conscious about my size, and so I was terrified of doing anything that might increase that size. So I went looking for a new workout plan. I went to yeoldbodybuilding.com, which the irony that that's where I went to find whatever. Enter Charlie Mike. This is an advanced performance-focused plan. It combines explosive lifts with conditioning circuits, kind of CrossFit-y, in general extreme. You're working out 4 to 5 days per week, but most of the weeks in the plan, it's 5 times per week, 60 minutes each. On the days in between, they encourage you to do activity, but because I had no concept of what staying active in between might look like, I took it as a challenge. I'm like, you know what, why would I run on the days in between when I could just run every day as far as possible and burn a ton of calories? I mean, that's the real reason I was doing this. I wanted to burn calories. I couldn't care less about condition. That was the theme of my life on the daily. Everything was about calories. So for today's workout, I wanted to choose something that felt representative. I wanted to choose a really brutal looking workout. So today we'll be doing day 19 from the plan, push press conditioning. So I'm gonna kick things off with a jump rope warm up, then do my warm up sets of the push press with 15s, moving into 30s for my working sets, then it's circuit time. Okay, this workout was extreme. What's funny is that as compared to how I train now, it's full body, just structured differently. Had I had more energy, this probably would have been enjoyable for me, but to put this into perspective, I did this workout around midday. Any other day I would have eaten breakfast, had a small snack before my workout. Today I ate nothing. While working out fasted can be okay for lower to moderate intensity activity, as you increase the duration and intensity, you deplete the carb stores in your body, and your body can't convert fats fast enough to sustain energy. As a result, performance will drop off steadily, which I was definitely feeling. So as much as you might want to eat less calories and burn more calories to lose weight more quickly, eating less calories can affect your ability to burn those calories, keeping you stuck in this cycle that breaks you down not only physically, but mentally, feeling like there's something wrong with your body. I don't know how I stuck with this. I guess the answer is that I didn't. I would normally start the week strong, then by the weekend it would all kind of fall apart. It's not that this was a bad plan, it was a bad plan for me because I would work so hard, then sabotage my own efforts by not giving my body the energy or recovery it needed. Not to mention, I started this weight loss journey the summer after I graduated university. I should have been happy. I was in Florida with my boyfriend in the place I loved, with the person I loved. I should have been having fun, but my memories were instead of counting calories. We didn't go to the beach, we didn't bike, we didn't hike, we didn't do the activities we liked. While I'm grateful for that experience when it taught me about fitness, that's time I'm not gonna get back, and that makes me kind of sad. Post-workout, time to fuel up, right? Wrong. This is when I like to flex my willpower superiority against my body. Hungry? So sorry. This is a silly angle. Look at this. It is late in the day and I am hangry. So I'm gonna show you what we got, then we're gonna have a little talk. All right, so here's what we've got going on today. Actually a pretty colorful array, lots of colors, lots of nutrients, and at face value, this probably looks pretty healthy, right? A couple things I wanna point out though is that we don't really have any higher carb food sources, except for maybe that cookie. Nothing else really has a good amount of carbs in it. The other thing I will point out is that most of the foods in this shot right now, including those drinks, would fit into what I consider high volume, low calorie. These are often recommended for people on weight loss diets trying to eat less calories because they take up a lot of room in your stomach for not a lot of calories. When I was on my weight loss journey, I was obsessed with calories. Most days I would push back eating as long as possible because in my mind, it wasn't enough to just eat low calorie. I had to eat the least calories. I thought if I could just be a little bit more motivated, if I could just be a little bit more disciplined, if I could burn a few extra calories during my workout, eat a few less calories during my meals, and I could create a larger deficit and lose the weight faster. In reality, it's not that easy. The hungrier you get, the harder it becomes to think rationally and stick to the plan. Not only has there been a relationship observed between blood sugar levels and the ability to exert willpower, but based on what we know about eating behaviors and their impacts on satiety, things like chewing your food slowly, pausing between bites, waiting and listening for your body's fullness cues, these things become very hard to do when you are literally starving. I mean, just think about how fast you eat when you're hungry. You're not savoring or enjoying your food. You're getting it down as quickly as possible because your body needs energy. Now, the worst part is that it becomes easy to connect the wrong pieces and blame your body, thinking if only I had a bit more willpower, I could eat a bit less. If only I were a bit more disciplined, I could better stick to this diet. When in reality, your body does want to work with you, but it needs energy to exert that willpower and to slow down long enough to realize that when you eat, you're giving it energy. This isn't to say that you can't cut calories, that you can't lose weight, but you're not going to succeed by going to extremes. Going through old vlogs, from what I could find, my go-to post-workout was a salad bowl with lean protein, veggies, and not much else. So that's what we're making today. I don't have a lot of faith, but we're gonna see, and hopefully this will be somewhat filling for me. I've got zero energy, but we still got activity. Pew, 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 pew. I'm not going for a run. So I have packed some snacks. We're going to take them to the park for a picnic with Riker, my dog. I'm having to think of every word I'm using right now. So we're gonna go before I collapse or die or who knows. All right, so I've packed this big old bag of snacks, full of snacks that I used to eat while on my weight loss journey. Full disclaimer, I did get a head start on the walk here. I ate this cookie because I have not had any carbs today. First snack of the day, we have got some cucumber that Riker is very excited about. But cucumber is a very common weight loss snack because it is what I'd consider a high volume food. It's got high water content, so it's got a lot of volume. It takes up a lot of space in your stomach for not a lot of calories. I know, I'm gonna share with you. Now, we are gonna level this up by using a little bodybuilding bikini competitor hack. This is literally disgusting. I can't believe I used to do this, but I'm going to put Splenda on cucumber. Can you see that?
Yep.
I hate to say that it tastes kind of good. Am I like absolute garbage for saying that?
The whole idea of it just seems wrong.
I don't understand why you wouldn't just eat some fruit. Like, I mean, I do if your only priority is to eat low calorie, but I mean, it's tasty. But you could just eat like an apple or some berries or anything else. Next snack, and I realize it is a real stretch, calling these a snack, would be sparkling water and or 0 calorie sparkling beverages. Not only does water take up room in your stomach, but that by then adding carbonation to it, like literal air in your stomach, of course, you're expanding your stomach. Is it effective for filling you up? I'm sorry, I can't share this one with you. Oh my gosh! What did I do to deserve this?
You told him he can't have any.
You know, it is good that I'm wearing a bathing suit. My shirt is a bathing suit.
Drink it. Just get the drink and we gotta get the drink. There you go. Does it taste better than it feels?
Better than it feels.
I mean, you have no choice but to share with him at this point.
Well, that was rather uneventful compared to the other one. I can tell you right now, it tastes good, but if I'm actually hungry, there's no way this is gonna satisfy me. Let's see what we have got next. Not more cucumber for you. We can eat those later. We've got an old favorite. This is actually, I will say, this is good. What I've got in here are Kamut puffs, but any sort of puffed grain, Rice Krispie type thing, a breakfast cereal without a ton of added sugar. That'll work. Then you mix a protein shake, use almond milk instead of water. Water will make your protein shakes nasty. Shake up a protein shake. Today I am using just, I think, a vanilla flavored whey protein. Then, wow,
Real magic right here. I didn't pack a spoon. I'm not prepared for any of this, clearly. Pour it on in as if you were making a regular cereal and you would presumably use a spoon. I'm not today because I am a mess. That has become clear. Actually tastes pretty good. The protein powder makes the almond milk taste like the sweet milk you get from having a sugary cereal, but because you're using a more plain cereal, like the balance all kind of works out. Last, but definitely not least, we have got, does this have any flavor? No. Do you get to chew it though? Yes. Does it take up room in your stomach? Yes. Is it food? Technically. Really? You know what? We're doing it the way I wanted to do it.
Slap it.
Oh, do you see that? Why?
Jump all your full weight. Do it.
Dirty.
Do it. Oh my God.
So it's not just
Hold on.
What type of plastic is this? We're still on.
Yep.
Well, I'll say it's good to know that it wasn't just me. But let's dig in. This looks great. It looks great. This is why you need to eat. Probably the most enjoyable pieces in this mix are the lighter, crispier ones, the iceberg lettuce. Those pieces are the best. And I do feel like I remember when we were in Florida, I was starting the journey, I exclusively eat these. It's not terrible if you just want to keep your mouth busy and you're not really into chewing gum. I guess it could be hydrating if you don't want to drink water. This isn't doing much else for me. I gotta say, this entire snack experience has been unexpected. Not much of what has occurred here was really planned beyond the snacks that we packed. But if I had to rate how they stack up, I actually like the cucumbers with Splenda. This would be my number one. The second, a very close second, maybe even like kind of a tie for 1.5, would be the cereal with protein shake milk. That was really good too. I could definitely see that being a good snack or even a breakfast replacement if you want something lighter to eat first thing. Behind that, everything else was just kind of garbage. Like, it didn't fill me up. It didn't satisfy me. If I was genuinely hungry, that would have done nothing for my energy.
A lesson I wish I had learned earlier is that 0 calorie is not free. Hunger is more than just an absence of food in your stomach. Appetite control is a complex process, which, while yes, there are stretch receptors in your stomach designed to detect changes in food volume, there's a bit more going on than that. There are interactions between your brain, guts, hormones involved that, when working in harmony, are designed to ensure your body is getting enough energy. So no, you're not hungry because you lack willpower. You're hungry because your body is functioning. I'm not against diet tips or tips to lose weight. That is part of what this video is, but eating for volume is tricky. If the only way you can feel satiety is by eating low-calorie foods that fill your stomach up like a balloon, yes, that may help in the short term with feeling fuller on less calories, making it easier to achieve the calorie deficit needed to get lean. But my question is, what happens when you lose the weight and you want to go back to eating normally? You've learned nothing about moderation. You've learned nothing about feeling satisfaction from maybe smaller, more decadent portions. Even if you're okay eating the low-calorie swaps for the rest of your life, I know I was more than willing to make that trade-off when I was struggling to lose weight. What happens when there's not a low-calorie cookie? Well, you go right back to square one. You go right back to that place of restriction because you really only have two options. Either you restrict and you avoid that cookie entirely, or you try having one cookie, but then you realize 12 cookies later you never learned about moderation. How you go about all this is up to you, but reconnecting with these is part of what's allowed me to eat one cookie and feel happy, to feel free regardless of calories. What is up? Welcome back. It is dinner time and we are having spaghetti squash pad thai, which this is probably the meal I've been looking forward to the most today. We're finally getting some flavor, and this is actually a recipe that Jeff and I have been eating fairly recently, or fairly often recently outside of this video, except instead of having the low calorie version, we've been having the version with like the real noodles and the real peanut butter instead of the low calorie swaps. If you want the full version of the regular recipe, that'll be in the Smart Girl Summer Starter Pack, which, as a reminder, sign-ups for the challenge are down in the description box down below. But as far as diet friendly or low calorie recipes go, this is actually one of the better ones. Something I've noticed about a lot of low calorie recipes is that they tend not to have a lot of salt, they don't have much flavor, they don't have much going for them beyond just being low calorie. So this one's really good. I don't know what the sun's doing. Let's get into it. time, and have I got a treat for you. It is not this husky, he's just being a big baby. But what we're going to be having tonight is high protein, low calorie, bit of a toss up on if it's gonna be tasty because we're following an old recipe. But what we are making is a chocolate protein mug cake brownie, whatever you wanna call it. In here, it's pretty straightforward. We've got 1 whole egg, some coconut flour, baking powder, cocoa powder, I know that's cacao powder, protein powder, almond milk, as well as a bit of sweetener. Then we're gonna top all that with our Halo Top fancy ice cream once that's done. Okay, so already our mug cake is not going 100% according to plan. I did the initial minute that I recommended to myself, past self recommended to future self. A minute was not enough for this mug cake to firm up, so it's back in the microwave. I figured we may as well bust out the Halo Top now, give it a little taste test before we combine everything, because Jeff is already saying that my mug cake smells terrible. Where's my fork?
I said it smells wretched.
You said it smells wretched. Halo Top s'mores flavor. If you've tried this, let me know in the comment section down below. I do not need your help. Can you just sit down? Like, just sit down. Everybody sit. It tastes like if you blended a protein bar into a protein shake. It's not terrible, but it definitely doesn't taste anywhere near an actual s'more. We're gonna check on the mug cake. I think this is as good as it's gonna get. If you look, when I press it, it springs back a little. It bounces very fine. Jeff's making faces. So I'm gonna put some ice cream on top of this. Hopefully it improves the texture here. I mean, like I said, the ice cream consistency has improved a lot. That is it for today's video, and that is it for flavorless meals. The only one I might go back to is the spaghetti squash pad thai because it was quite good and it packed quite a bit of fiber. But if I had to say like one key takeaway from this video, if the methods are unsustainable, the results will be unsustainable. In other words, if you have to go to extremes to get lean or like whatever your goal is, chances are you're not gonna be able to maintain those extremes consistently, right? And so that means that the results will not last long term and we'll just eventually end up back at square one, staying stuck in that cycle of getting on track and falling right off. But on the flip side, if the methods are sustainable, the results will be sustainable and they'll be so much more than you can even imagine right now. Like, I wish I had a window into the life of present me that I could show to past me, just to let her know it's possible, but it comes down to what you can do consistently. I mentioned at the start of this video that we are starting a new Smart Girl series alongside our Smart Girl Summer Challenge. And going into this, I thought long and hard about what being smart means to me, because being smart is something I realized I've attached to my identity, not only in my fitness journey, but also in my life journey. Which is funny because as you saw in this video, I make mistakes. There are many moments that I have felt far from smart. I felt so dumb because I couldn't even see what was right in front of me. What I've come to realize is that being smart isn't about what you know, but about how you grow. It's about taking responsibility for your failures and continuing to move forward. Being smart is about holding yourself to a higher standard, not a standard set by society, but a standard about life quality. What kind of life do you want to live? That is what this really comes down to. So before I get too sappy, Smart Girl Summer, we've got a free challenge coming up. After that, we're going to do a huge reveal of something that I have been working on for months. We've literally been like lining things up for the next few months and I've had to be quiet about it, but the big reveals, they will be coming soon. Hopefully they go seamlessly. I don't know, we'll see. But challenge details. So Smart Girl Summer, the challenge is going to be starting on Monday, June 28th. Don't worry if you're watching this video late, you can probably still join. Just check the link down below. It will run for 4 weeks, taking us through to the end of July. The challenge will be based around working smarter, not harder. And so our Smart Girl strategy will focus on full body training 3 times per week, staying active in between, eating for energy, and living life fully. When you join, you will get a challenge starter pack with new recipes, more in-depth info on these strategies, as well as something super fun, a challenge calendar for accountability. If you are part of our last challenge, we will be doing a new Facebook group, so you can like engage with the challenge calendar in there, posting all your accountability prompts. I'm gonna be in there every single day. We'll be doing live streams, all that jazz. as for workouts, you're more than welcome to follow your own workouts. I recommend following a full body split 3 times per week. If you're following one of my guides or you want to follow one of them, you can totally, like, it'll fit right into this schedule. Otherwise, I will also be sharing a weekly workout schedule as part of the challenge. So there will be 2 schedules per week. This is something new I wanted to do because if you follow me on Insta, you might see I've been working out outside more. I'm losing my words, but basically 2 weekly schedules. One will be with weights, one will be without weights if you want to train with just body weight. These will include a combination of existing as well as new videos from the Team Plants channel. Otherwise, Smart Girl, the series has started, effective immediately. I've got this big crazy spreadsheet that's got all my plans for the video topics I want to cover, the science, the experience, everything I want to talk about. We got a lot planned. I'm a little nervous. I'm also very excited. Lots to look forward to. I'm excited to spend the summer with you. So thank you for watching. All the info about the challenge will be down below. Otherwise, can't wait to see you in the next video.